Back in the garage today to talk about the Rogue squat bar. This bar has a 32mm shaft and it is 94 inches long. When you compare that to a regular power bar like the Moby Dick bar I have below, it is only 86 inches long. The reason I want to talk about the squat bar is because I haven't used it but once before since I bought it almost 3 years ago. I didn't buy it retail. Retail, it would cost something like $420 plus shipping and whatever taxes are being held in your state. But I bought this on Facebook Marketplace for 150 bucks. And at the time, I thought it was a good investment because I was about to compete at my first USPA meet. And I thought I would be using the Rogue squat bar, or at least a squat bar. That wasn't the case because, as it turns out, you have to be in the 82.5 kilo class or above to use the squat bar. And for particularly good reason, most people that are beneath 82.5 kilos just don't warrant using this bar because of their hand size, or typically they are smaller people like myself. And as you can see, this bar takes up a great width within your hand. This bar, not so much, right? You can grab a power bar pretty easily. It's only 29mm, but the 32mm shaft is quite a bit to handle in your hand. That being said, right, once you get to heavier loads, this feels a lot harder to hold on to in your hand. And I got to witness that or experience that for the first time on the platform recently. And I didn't want to talk about it until now because I haven't used this bar in a long time. That being said, when I did get to use it, I weighed in at 174 pounds, and it kind of just shook me because I really thought that they had separated the meet into two platforms, and I thought this platform that I was on was for the lighter weight people, like myself. And I thought I would be using a power bar the entire time. The power bar that they were using was the Texas power bar, and I had practiced and really got a lot of specificity in with that bar during my prep. But last minute and during, once I was going up and I was one of the last people in that platform to go, they switched it out for the Texas squat bar. And I was really, really surprised, and I had never practiced with this before. And that was the one thing that I had to complain about, is that my hands were just too small. They were being crushed by this big old bar in my hands. And yeah, that's my one excuse. Could I have gotten my third attempt even with a power bar? I'm not sure. Maybe the strength just wasn't there that day. But we got our two first attempts pretty well, enough to where we wanted to try 374, and we just couldn't hack it. But that's enough about the meet that I had. I actually did very well. I got over 1,100 pounds for the first time ever. Huge meet PR. So that was great. But what I wanted to bring this up for is that I got to use it again during my training for a really, really good day of training at 325 pounds on the Rogue squat bar. And it actually felt pretty decent. So I think the meet day was just, so much was already going on, and it just kind of caught me by surprise, and I didn't really have a chance to warm up with it whatsoever. So going in onto the platform, first time being used in a long time, it just shook me. And that day on training, 325 felt way better because I had the opportunity to get 4 warm-up sets in and really get a feel for where my hands should go and how they should be placed, again, because of the size of my hand. So I don't think I'll be using this a lot in my training, just because the goal here is to lose weight and get into what I would think is my ideal body fat percentage at like 12 to 15. And that would have me weighing like in the 150s. The one reason I would train with it is because it is a thicker shaft. It's going to sit better on my back. And that is a big benefit when you're trying to create better tension and squat a little easier. But outside of that, I just don't see the benefit. I don't think it was a big waste of money. There are clients that I would see from time to time that would use this bar. I think the clients that I've had have used this bar more than I have. But again, it just, I don't know. Even at $150 to have used it only twice seems a little bit pricey. The knurling is nice, but it's not like deep. It's just kind of sticky, I would say. It feels more like sandpaper than anything else. While even on the Moby Dick bar, which a lot of people would call less quality, it has a grippier knurl. It's definitely more of a medium volcano, and this is just. And again, it could be because it's used, but it's kind of like that after shave feel. Okay, sweet. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. 325 on squats that day. Felt nice. We did 4 reps, 3 sets. And then we finished out the day with some dips and some uh, leg raises. And those felt pretty good. We're doing good. We're feeling good. We're performing well. I'm glad I finally got to talk about this product. If you guys have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. Like this video if you like this type of content. Halfway review, halfway parody of Basement Brandon. And subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next flex.